Good morning, everybody. How's everybody this morning? Hope this episode of Vintage Story finds you well. For half a second there, I thought there was something wrong with the display, but no, it looks like it's all right. So, where are we? Spring is here. Planting season has started. I need to optimize my irrigation pattern, but that's actually not a priority right now. I can work on that later. Yeah, I survived the winter, basically, so far. I'll probably end up killing myself or something embarrassing, but we'll see what happens. All right, having said that, let's get on with it. Right, and here we are. Yeah, I never was able to get enough filling for that. And of course it's darker. Oh, that's right. I was making fences, wasn't I? To potentially protect my beloved crops from predations of hares, which apparently can spawn on grassland, and I do have grasses. I kind of hope they do actually spawn, because I could use capturing them. Right, but what am I doing right now remains a question. Actually, I am in need of... Oh, yes, did I? I need food. One problem is because I am... Yeah, yes, I thought I had some of that. I do have some pelts which are curing, which is good. I need flour because I'm stuck on bread at the moment, unfortunately. So first of all, we will feed ourselves some meat. This morning started off a little frazzled. Oh, drat, that's a pain in the neck. Yeah. For whatever reason, and I'm not entirely certain why, I spent quite a bit of time this morning trying to resolve frame tearing problems that were reported during the long dark, and it's messed up my monitor situation a bit. So the results are things like, oh, now you can see that screen pop up. Let's see. Full screen always on top. Okay, let's see whether that works. Yes, okay, that works. All I've got to do now is jump. That should work. So yes, Hey, Tony. Yeah, so yesterday it was reported during the long dark that someone observed frame tearing issues, and I have spent a significant amount of time trying to even see them, because it's not always obvious to me, because the main display here can be just fine, and the tearing occurs on the OBS display. which makes it hard for me to spot. So I've been fiddling around like hell, and in the process, my monitors have gotten weird on me. This is Linux. Monitors getting weird on me is not without precedent, unfortunately. I need to get some more peat. And I need to make bread. I don't know why that's doing that. So if anybody sees any graphics issues, please let me know. Because I can't necessarily see them. It primarily seems to have affected the long dark, but so yeah. And trust me, when everything goes a bit pear-shaped at the last minute, it's not exactly reassuring. Yeah, and that thing you just saw where the top menu popped down, yeah, that was unexpected. It seems to have swapped my this is my primary monitor that you're viewing, which means it gets certain panels and what have you. Well, at some point, the panels that were normally on the primary have gotten moved over to the secondary, and I have no idea how that happened, and I can't get them back. At one point, this game refused to run on my primary monitor, and then I fixed that. But this is not the kind of thing you want to be doing half an hour before a live stream, trust me. Wood. Oh, I have wood on me, don't I? Let's make some space down here. Thank you. I had some comments. Apparently making the shears is actually a 1 ingot thing, and I just don't know how to forge, which is partially true. Yes, I mean, I have very limited experience in forging. So I do make mistakes with it. I thought I'd actually tried to resolve some of them on the fly, but in the end, the easiest way was to simply use 2 ingots to do the forging. Bit of a waste, unfortunately, but we'll consider it part of the learning process, and hopefully next time I'll do better. Alright, let's actually update our... Oh no, I need to wait for this, don't I? Actually, let's go and get our hammer mold. There's our hammer mold. Felks. Propelling pick. Pickaxe. Where did I put my hammer mold? Put it in there. hammer. So how's the fur babies this morning, Tony? Apparently the other thing I... Oh, that's nice. Apparently the other thing I arguably should have done was make a greenhouse. Apparently, it looked to me like the ingredients for making a greenhouse, if that's the right word, seemed to say, oh, you need a pulverizer for this. Apparently that's not necessarily true, but the system doesn't make that clear. For example, if I go for glass, right, I want to make glass, and I need, when pulverized, okay, so smelting and bloomery, crushed quartz. See here it says when pulverized. When pulverized, I could just have shoved. Right, okay, so yes, I could have smelted it as is, so yes, you do have to sort of interpret the, or read more clearly. Thing is, yes, I could have, it would have enabled me to do some crops. This is as far as I understand it, a greenhouse raises your temperature by 5 degrees centigrade. Greenhouse, yeah, plus 5 degree temperature boost. So that would have meant that the lowest temperature the greenhouse would have experienced would have been -10. Most of my crops don't survive -10. I think carrots do. I think rye does. So yeah, technically I could have actually continued. The only problem would have been the water would have frozen all the time, but that's manageable. So yes, I possibly should have put more effort into making a greenhouse. But hey, I'm learning the game. I don't know everything straight off the bat. I'm sure there's all kinds of things I'm doing wrong that a experienced game player will look at and decry and make comments about. It's like, give me a break. I've just started learning the game. I'm not part of the community. I haven't gone memorizing the wiki. I've only watched some early content. I haven't watched later game content. I haven't seen a progression of do this, do that, do the other. It is actually, I tell you what, slightly concerning. Now that I'm... galloping through my grain supplies because I don't have any much in the way of vegetables. It is slightly concerning at this time of year. But cross fingers. I'll go foraging for more stuff. Because things like the pies and vegetable stews really, really do help. Right, so actually the first thing I need in the morning is branches. Because I'm making the fences. Let me guess, there's some branch. Obtained by breaking... Oh. Oh, layer of sticks. Okay, so there is no... Right. I was just certainly wondering, is there a better way to make branches? You know, there really ought to be. I mean, why do you need natural branches to make some of this stuff? Why can't you just use... break your sticks down or something like that? It is slightly weird game dynamic. Oh yeah, to make this polished, professional-looking fence post, you need natural branches that you've pruned from a tree. You can't use anything else. You can't use firewood that's been broken down, for example. I'm complaining. I apologize. Right, so that should be enough for the day. What time of day is this? It's 4:30 in the morning. I can start. Right, trying to secure my perimeter, so to speak. Where did I put my... Oh, there. Oh, you're kidding me. It doesn't do an automatic corner? Oh, it's the wrong one. What? Okay. It's a fence gate. I made fence gates by mistake. That's irritating. Okay, let's go and get some... Let's go and get some more branches from somewhere. Oh yeah, the shitters do make a huge amount of difference in... getting branches. So, I say, are they? Is the game telling me that, in late game, your only option for actually getting branches is still to just pick them up off the ground? By the way, thank you to the person who has been replying to and watching all my vintage story videos. He has actually given me a lot of information, which I hopefully will remember and not further disappoint him. Actually, I could be wrong. He may not be disappointed. Just like I can sort of understand. He's watching somebody who hasn't played the game. He himself obviously has got a lot of experience, and he's watching me flounder my way through the game, making all kinds of assumptions that I shouldn't be making. I suspect I'll get some advice some point about how to properly kill a bear. Oh, about how easy it is, and yeah, you just sort of do this and do that, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, you're expecting me to have twitch reflexes like an esports gamer. Which is one thing I don't have. I don't like this area. This is where I died last time. Everything else has cover except for me. You can so easily be only a few feet away from a bear and not realize it until it's too late. And they can sneak up on you too. I've had that happen once. Not here, fortunately, but... So I suppose you could argue that every time I've been killed by a bear, it's been my own fault. Should have run sooner. So once we get the fences going, I'm going to have to go and, like I say, see if I can find some better vegetables. Oh, that's something else I need to look up now that I think about it. Something else my commenter pointed out, that there are poultices and things which can help. So I shall have to look into that. But I've already mentioned my plans to try and sort of get close enough and then pillar up. See if I can irritate a bear to death that way. I think those are berry bushes I've been picking up. Right. I don't like the fact that this area, when it melts, is only going to partly fill. This used to be right next to the water, as you can see. So it's irritating. I don't like the look of it. Technically speaking, I ought to come along and refill it with water at some point, but... Oops, that was silly. That's not the kind of fence I want. I want this kind of fence. Yeah. Oh, that's a fence gate. Are you telling me that I made this whole thing here? I did. I made it entirely out of fence gates. Oh, that is stupid. I thought I was making regular fences because, hey, it looks like Minecraft. Ah, it's not what I wanted. I don't want a complete fence made of fence gates. Ah, that's profoundly irritating. Well, if nothing else, I've got a nice supply of wooden fence. Oh, I have lots of birch seeds. May have found a way to make trees sustainable. Yay, look at this. Told you, I'm learning stuff. Okay, you're not going to do it. And yes, I'm going to clear the ground around it so that small animals can't necessarily just jump on the top here. In fact, as I said, I'm going to put a ditch around with the optimism. Or is it delusion? Don't know. Don't tell me. Oh, I need to fix that too. Okay. This isn't the best way to do this. I need to get that out of the way, really. I don't care right now. Wow, I ran out of... Hey. I'm fenced in, and I can't get over this way. Can I jump on a fence? I cannot. That's very Minecraft of it. Let's plant some trees. This isn't, I don't find, the best way, but I do want a sustainable... One of the things I didn't like early on, and in fact still don't like it, but this is just me. In Minecraft, you know, when you chop down loads of trees, you can almost always get sufficient saplings to replace them. And I wasn't getting that here. Which meant that I have removed a lot of stuff from the landscape. There were far more trees here originally. At least now I've got some regrowth occurring, which is nice to have. Right. I didn't know I could do that. What have I got here? Oh, red currant. So let's put some stuff away that I don't technically need. No, this isn't decoration. It's just I needed somewhere to place them. I can't compost the things. Don't ask me why I can't compost the things. Right, let's see what I can... I'm going to need more space. Still, I've got enough sticks to last me for a while. Don't need that at the moment. And yes, I do still use flint hose because it's quick and easy to put them together. Do I have a shovel? I don't. Oh, yeah, that's right. I've been using flint shovels because they're easier. Where's my twine? Where did I put my twine? Yeah, here we go. No, that's not where I put my twine. So, what time of day is it? Okay, I still have opportunity, but I do need to... Let's see if a hunt of sorts is possible. Yeah, I need to clear this out. I probably... Nah, there's so much I need to do. And I don't mean for aesthetics. I mean so that I've got a more functional area. So do I want a hunt, or do I want vegetables, or do I want both? Let's go and see if we can do a bit of both. Actually, if I'm going to do this... There's a bear. So the plan sort of is... Yeah. I wonder if I can I don't suppose I can shoot it from here. Yeah, the sort of plan was to pillar up and see if I can induce it to attack me without actually being attacked myself. No idea if that would work. I'm not sure I necessarily want to find out, because right now that means I'd end up dead if it doesn't work. Thing is, it's awfully tempting to go for it. I mean, I don't even know if a shield and falx is sufficient to keep me alive. If it was a slightly different season, I would be awfully tempted to give it a try to see what happens. And now I can't find the bear. Oh, there he is. I didn't want to do that. Shield gets in the way. Oh, yeah. Can't even see where it's landing. Oh, a hit! I actually hit. That's kind of funny. No. No, that's more my arrows. It's not really a huge loss because it's not that effective anyway, and I can always make more arrows. The temptation to go after it and just see if I can actually survive with a shield and falx. Yeah. Oh. What do we reckon? Is this something I should try? You know I've got to try it. I've got to try it at some point, I suppose. Yeah, okay, that answers that question. shield and falcons don't work. Well, I had to find out, didn't I? So this is my spawn island, and I need to make... Whoa. See if we can find a moderately stable area. So... So I can make a raft. Yes, we'll ignore the sheer insanity of what I just did. If you don't mind. It's a question I wanted to answer, and I probably didn't do it properly. But I thought there was a chance. You know, I've got this nice shield. I mean, the thing, I probably did better than previously. But let's see. I need a raft. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. I need 10, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need another block for a raft. I think that's everything I need. A raft and an oar. And then I just got to find out which way I'm headed in. Yeah. Okay, that's where I'm headed. This is why I carry rope. I think it's... and an oar. There we go. So now I get to find out how survivable my situation is at night. rowing across the ocean. I think I'm going the right way. Yeah, I sort of am. Oh, it's 5 degrees. Hello, Mars Bandit. You just missed my attempt to kill a bear with a but this time using a shield and falx. It didn't work. I ended up respawning back on my island, but fortunately, I had rope. Unfortunately, it's latish at night, so I'm making my way across a chilly ocean on a raft at night. But it's surprisingly warm, so hopefully I won't immediately die. Didn't have grass on me, did I? No. Irritated. Not so much, actually, for the fact that I just got myself killed, but in trying to resolve graphics issues, Linux has responded in a manner that I do not wish to become accustomed to. And has decided to thoroughly confuse my primary and secondary screens. Now, the advisable thing would not be to go galloping across country in darkness. I've done that before. That was no fun. So as long as I don't get too cold, I may just... it's still surprisingly warm. I hope there are no sharks in these oceans. So it's definitive. My best solution to the bear situation is run away terribly quickly. Don't provoke a fight with them any more than you absolutely have to. Yeah, I'm heading for this bay here. That is still a surprisingly long run across country. And that bear, of course, is going to be right there. And I think I'm just going to end up... Eesh. Oh, I'm still warm. Hopefully it remains that way. Really don't want to speak. I don't really want to be freezing to death at night again. Well, not again, for the first time. I do have some torches there. Yeah, I can't see where I'm going. As long as my body temperature doesn't drop, I'm okay. But, yeah, this is really not a desirable situation. And I'm also heading the wrong way. Yeah, this is really not desirable. I should probably have made a bed and stayed on the island. But, yeah. There's a very real chance that it's going to kill me again. I don't have enough rope to rebuild everything. Yeah. Okay, so I'm actually stuck. We get to look at the night sky while I wonder if I'm going to die from the cold. Should have stayed on the island. Ah. Yeah. At least I could have gathered grass, made a bed, that kind of thing, instead of being stuck in the open ocean. Which is foolishness. That never was so much a home, that was a... yeah, that was a temporary... Oh dear. This is... Oh, look! They've got the rotation of the Earth. I think. Or am I imagining it? Can I see the stars moving? Or is it just me? No, those stars are definitely rotating. Oh, well, correction, the planet we're on is rotating. That's interesting. I had not noticed that. That's an interesting little detail. I wonder how accurate this is supposed to be. I don't really know. I mean, that could almost be the Milky Way, couldn't it? I'm almost scared to look at my body temperature. It's midnight. Oh dear, the situations I find myself in. At least I had food with me this time. Oh, yeah. watching my body temperature like a hawk. I don't know why. It's not as if there's anything I could do. If something goes horribly wrong, there's nothing I can do. Because I started out too late in the day. I'm just going to have to sit here and wait for the dawn. So I do apologize to everybody who comes along. And unfortunately, in this game, I've got no way of speeding up. I've got no way of sleeping. Ah, this is... Cross fingers. It's nearly midnight. Well, I'll tell you what. I am going to go have a quick trip to the bathroom. And I'm going to leave this up while I do that. But you lot get the intermission so you don't have to just stare at a blank screen. You can have something better to look at. So I'll be right back. Or I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Right, and we're back looking at the night sky. Hello, moon, and you can't tell, but I am actually getting slowly colder. But cross fingers. I cannot see where I'm going. the island I'm heading for is right over there. So I have to hope that one thing I can try and do is see if I can make some firewood. I've got branches, got loads of branches. Let's grab some quick firewood. So if necessary, hopefully I can just survive the night, build a fire in the morning. There. Actually, I'm not getting too freezing. It's -5. Oof, chilly. These give me, I think it's a 2-degree, yeah, max warmth, plus 2 degrees. That's plus 2 degrees. That's plus nearly 2 degrees. So I don't know whether that's cumulative. If it's cumulative, I might be all right. But, so. I wonder if that is actually supposed to be a red dwarf sun. Don't know. Yeah, that band of light across the sky there could easily be the Milky Way galaxy, or the galaxy we're in, assuming it's the Milky Way. Alright, we're starting to see the horizon, which hopefully is a good sign. I'm not getting freezing hugely quickly. I'm running out of coffee. So, anybody got anything in particular they want me to talk about while we wait for the dawn, so I can actually see what I'm doing? It turns out the graphics issues are not as simple. The basic rule is you should set your frame rate to be a multiplier, or a divisor, I should say, of your refresh rate, which sounds straightforward, except that the refresh rate that I get for the capture card is 100 Hertz. And I want to stream at 60 frames a second. Now I can stream at 50 frames a second, except that YouTube and Twitch don't particularly like that apparently, and can cause distinct graphics issues if you try it, because it'll upscale it to 60 frames a second, which is not a great situation. Well, just to make life complicated, in my OBS settings, where I specify the capture card, it allows me to specify the refresh rate, which goes up to 144 Hertz. So I am actually technically streaming, well, not streaming. Yeah, it's set to capture card there. I think is set to 120 Hertz or 120 frames a second through the OBS software. The system sees that as being 100 Hertz and doesn't let me change it. It gets complicated, so you have all these sort of conflicting settings. Well, they're not technically conflicting, but well, they can, I suppose. It gets confusing. Last time, I say not last time, there was a time I approached this region and promptly got attacked by wolves. I apologize for the shield that is now thoroughly in the way. I haven't gotten too cold. I'm amazed. It's going to be funny if I end up in the same place as previously. Do you know what? I don't know if I can make a fire, can I? Oops. See if we can't warm ourselves. Yes, we have warmed ourselves up a bit before we start our dash across country. It should be interesting because I need. Oh, I'm not. I need to head more or less straight that way. Okay. Cross fingers, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see whether we can actually do this without running into something too threatening. Last time I did this, I ran into wolves. Wolves I can manage. It's bears I clearly cannot. Hello, fox. This is the worst kind of countryside I hope to encounter. And in other words, there's trees, but I've got a good chance of seeing stuff that might want to chew on my face. Oh, it's a pear tree. I did it the right way. Yes, sort of. That's better. Very Minecraft. Oh, this is where we were. Oh, there's the bear from last time. I wonder if he's still injured from... Oh, that's interesting. Oh, no, it's just the render distance. And that's the long dark tactic. If in doubt, gallop past the enemy. Ah, well, we made it back. Oof. Now, what have we learned? Don't go deliberately chasing after bears. Right. You have to laugh. I mean, do you know what? Do you know something that was made of 2 logs and some rope that doesn't look very convincing. Now I need to make more rope, and I can't remember how to make rope. Coil of rope is made from rushes. Yeah, this is why I bring a coil of rope with me everywhere I go. Just so that when I do something silly like that, I've got enough. Oh. Oh. You can see why I was being so careful during winter. Right, so now that we are back and still alive, I need to top up my rope. I need to clear some inventory space. Don't I have any? Oh, it's large. I thought I had something else. One thing I can do is actually possibly plant some of these and save myself a bit of space. Right. Can I do anything with these? I've had these. Yes, I can. I've had those pine cones forever. Right. Now I can actually cleared up a bit of inventory space in the process. Now I can consider, right, clearing about a bit more space so that I haven't given hungry animals free access. So what we're going to do is clear some space around here. Yeah, so now that I can just go clear around, and I need to get rid of that. Just so that I can... Doesn't mean this is particularly elegant, unfortunately, but I can actually, I was going to say fix that. But this is not going to be pretty. You want pretty, go watch Gemini Tay. She does much prettier builds than I do. Well, actually, that's ended up looking not too bad, if I say so myself. And I do say so myself. Yes, this is how I build things. I literally throw things against the ground and see what works. Eh. You know what? That actually works out fairly well. It's kind of funny, really. Right, so all this lot is slowly developing. So sooner or later, I'm going to dig this out. And in fact, actually, what I'm going to do first is put this... How far wide is this? Oh, I've made it even. You may be thinking, what do I mean? A lot of builds in Minecraft and in this game are odd number based, because your things like your entrance here are sort of 1 block wide. So you end up, for evenness, making things symmetrical around about that 1 block. I mean, I could put another gate in and then have, yeah, 2 wide. But there's a reason why this, for example, odd number. Everything is, I say, everything is based around odd numbers. That's not necessarily true, but it is a lot of the time. So this odd number. Now, technically speaking, what I'm supposed to do is put a sort of trench 2 blocks deep around here, which I am very tempted to do, just in case, you know, because as I keep saying, technically hares are supposed to be able to spawn on this, and it would be useful to be able to have a way of capturing them. I don't think the weather is warm enough to plant onions yet. Everything else seems to be all right. Have we got grass? We do we have grass yet? So here's what I'm hoping. You see, I can't jump over a yeah, this is the Minecraft mechanic. So in principle, creatures can't jump over this fence. In principle, in practice, I've got no idea. So I don't know, for example, how a bear would react. I'm not sure I want to find out, to be honest. I'm inadvertently creating a sort of, I don't know, a sort of image of trees and a farmhouse. The farmhouse, of course, needs to be far better, but right, let's go and see. Well, first of all, I'm going to put my stuff away. And I'm going to need to make bread soon-ish. Yeah, because I am running out. This is a concern. So, some vegetables would be very useful to have. It's kind of funny that I've actually put the best wall up is around my clay firing pit. I ought to look. Oh, do you know what? I want to know. Do I have any more walls? I want to see what that looks like. Criticisms of my building capability in the comments below. I probably won't pay attention to them because, as I've already said, I don't know how to build. Have I completely not got... Oh, I do. What am I thinking? I am thinking maybe I can start replacing some of the outer walls with dirt just to see what it looks like. And I know, I probably have got to see how this develops. Oops. Yeah, so I'm just going to start replacing stuff, I think, a little bit at a time. See how it looks. Interesting. That's one way of putting it. The barrels are here, by the way, so that I can do composting at some point. I wonder what that looks like from the inside. Ah, yes, the minor problem is, of course, that you can see out. So that would need to be... I don't know. Let's see whether this works. Well, if nothing else, I've got to sort of stone farmhouse starting along. Yeah, you can put thatch in or something up there sooner or later. I mean, I don't know. For my aesthetic, that sort of works. Yeah, and I know the concept of me having an aesthetic is kind of weird, but still. Oops. It's not too bad. I've done worse. And of course, I've got to make it symmetrical, haven't I? I wonder if you can lean spears against something like that. I'm going to guess and say no. Yes, requires a too high wall to lean against. So what I'm doing here is... Yes, I can't lean against that. Sorry, I think that's amusing. But I do like the look, so to speak. Yeah, that's terrible. Whatever. Oh, it could be worse, I suppose. I mean, you know, that's... It's thinner, but it's stone. And yeah, I do need to thatch everything. Sort this out. Yeah, everything needs to be sorted out. But at least now, you know, we've got this... a somewhat better look. Maybe? Arguably? I must admit, I don't know why I extended this out that far. I had an idea at some point. Right. What time is it? 4 o'clock. Let's do a quick run up to... Come on, keep growing. Give me carrots. Give me carrots. Ah. This is almost completely... This is all going to flood and look terrible. Just do a run up to the top of the hill here and check on our root vegetable situation. Did I leave them or did I harvest them? It's a bit silly, to be honest with you, to be spending time with building when I didn't really need to. It doesn't serve any particular purpose within the context of survival. But yes, I know that's copper. I don't need it, so I'm going to leave it there as a marker. In fact, yeah, you can see I've actually mined copper in that location, underground. What's that? Slate boulders. What's growing over here? Not helpful. Okay. I've got to dash back home and oh, I need bulrushes. Oh. See, I let my get self this is one of the reasons why I'm a terrible builder. Because I spend too much time trying to get something mediocre looking. And then I've taken up too much of the day when I should have been doing other things, so those are still growing. Yep. There is a bear in that location somewhere. Right, so I actually need to do some cooking. But you know, a little part of me is actually quite glad I spent some time putting some stone walls in, regardless of the dubious aesthetic. Right. Now, one problem is I'm not sure if it is a problem. I don't think I can mix types of flour to make bread, can you? Oh, sorry, Mars Bandit. I just saw your comment. Good night. Thanks for stopping by. Sleep well. Seeing as I have an excess of spelt. Yeah. See you soon. It's kind of weird, really. I've got more anxiety about food now than throughout the whole of winter, because eating just bread gallops through your stuff. I have to admit, I've got to try porridge, see whether the porridge lasts longer. I will try that. Only problem is I think you need an awful lot. Where did I put my logs? Did I use them all up? Apparently I did. Oh no. I'm not sure. Spelt? Is it spelt? Yeah, spelt. It's quite an old grain. I'm not sure but I think you can still get it, actually. I'm looking it up. Spelt grain. What is Wikipedia? Spelt, also known as dinkel wheat, species of wheat. It is a relict crop, which means old, essentially. Eaten in Central Europe and Northern Spain, high in protein. Cultivated from the Neolithic period onward, staple food from the Bronze Age to the Middle Ages. Used in baking, has been made into bread, pasta, and beer. spelt has been cultivated since approximately 5000 BCE. Wow. It's more suitable for storage and more adaptable to cold climates. Still used. Oh, I was going to make another a proper hammer, wasn't I? Yes. So now we just got to hope that... Where does my knife go? Oh, there. My newer knife. So much to do. I kept saying this all, I think, before. So much to do, so little time. At some point I ought to try making glass just to see how it's... Oops. I don't think I can put a top on this, can I? No. And I can't put fungus in there for some strange reason. Everything has to be in 2s. I could put meat in, but I've used up my meat for now. Silly thing is, it won't let me just use it partially, so to speak. Right. What time is it? Midnight. I can start thinking about making a new... I don't really need to make a new hammer, but I can at least start thinking about it. Actually, I can. Let's see if I'm coordinated enough not to burn the bread. Let's grab some copper. I need... I'm not sure that's actually the amount I need, but we'll sort that out. Oops. Let's see if I can remember how much I need for this. It was... I'm cheating. Ah, 28. It's 28, wasn't it? It was multiples of 14. Right. Okay, let's go back to this. So if I add another 13, and then I think it is... Yeah. Trying to do two things at once here. Hey, Donnie. How are you doing? I tried something stupid with a bear and I died. But I managed to get back without freezing to death, so I consider that an overall win. Yeah, I don't seem to see any tearing on the video. Right, so yeah, new hammer, upgrade more ingots. Yeah, I was saying earlier, I spent significant time yesterday and today trying to duplicate and then see if I can't fix the tearing problems that Eugene was talking about yesterday. And the simple answer is part of the problem appears to be the long dark itself. because other games haven't shown me the same problems, not as far as I could tell. And then in the process, yeah, it's had a weird effect on my Linux system. My monitors are slightly messed up, and I don't seem to be able to fix it. Different panels are in the wrong places. Right. And I've started upgrading my walls. Oh. A fence has been put around the plants to protect them from marauding herbivores. I kind of wish that they would come and try and maraud my plants so that I can go capture them. Updated a few things so that I started putting stone walls in. Well, yeah, not stone walls per se. Right. What next? At least I got food. That's not going to last me very long. In fact, I doubt 22 loaves of bread are going to make me through the day. Slightly disturbing. Let's see, what have we got? Okay, that allows me to make tin. That's my bismuth supply. That's tin. What's that? Zinc. Slightly different ore of zinc. That's my bismuth and that's my tin. So I'm actually running out. All that I had a fair amount of stuff in there. What's that? I'm actually running out of bismuth, which is kind of funny. It'll last me a while, but Are you still at work, Danny? Right, so what do I need to do apart from not die? If I could find some root vegetables, that would be awfully nice. How's this slot? Yeah, these aren't developing at all as far as I can tell. Ooh, I just remembered I need to make... I do actually need to make rope. Just so that next time I die... I've got enough rope. Oh, that's not going to do me any good. Oh, that's kind of funny. Because I didn't get completely submerged. I'm not... I don't have wet clothes. So, yeah. So, yes, carrying rope on me at all times. Very useful thing to do. I don't actually know if you can make rope from cattails. I mean, in reality. The only plant that immediately comes to mind in my neck of the woods that can be used to make rope is actually nettles. Must have been a very brave person who found that out. Well, not very brave, but you know what I mean. Keep getting stung and keep saying things like, you know what, I swear there's something useful we can do with these. What do you think, Peanut? I know you're not there, but your mum can ask you later. Do you think you should be in the game as a peanut plant? Actually, he might not mind that so much. Approaching the area where I died last time. No, I don't plan on going after it again. At least not yet. Come on. Yep. Yeah, that's all the food I've got left in storage. I'm gonna have to start foraging. Yes, I know. He's a peanut thief. But we love him. Although I will say, in those pictures, he does like as I mentioned, like the cougar from The Long Dark. At least in the sort of icon they show. And he does look very judgmental. Well, I need to start thinking about getting on. Trying to, among other things, set up for The Long Dark and see if I can't resolve my screen issues, which cause me no end of irritation. So, thank you everybody for watching. Now, because it's the weekend, of course, because there's no early morning live stream. In fact, tomorrow there won't be a morning live stream at all because I will be in Manchester. And I say that as if I like Manchester. It's just a town. You know, if I actually put more stone on and this might start to look acceptable marginally. No, is that a log or a very funny? I think that's a log. I hope that's a log. Yeah, but I need to take a break. And if I'm going to be doing anything experimental, it has to be at the weekends. Otherwise, I end up with situations like this morning where I'm rushing to try and understand what was going wrong or how to work around what was going wrong. And I don't want to do that. So I have the right to take in fact, I reserve the right to do nothing all weekend. Give myself a break. So, no. There will be, obviously, the Long Dark in a couple of hours. There will be Warframe this evening. And at the weekend, there will probably be Soulframe in the evenings, which I know isn't the most popular game, but, you know, it's still fun. It makes a change for me. Or I might do something else. Who knows? That's why I don't have a schedule for the weekends. So, hopefully I will see some or all of you in a couple of hours for the Long Dark. If I don't, I hope everybody has a good day. And I'll see you all next time.